We're sitting in the catbird seat of the Norman Regional. OU softball wins again, 11-2 over the Cal Bears. Run rule fashion. Once again, second consecutive win of the weekend, second consecutive run rule win for the Sooners. Overall, a very good day for the OU softball team as they are now one win away, just one win away from a super regional berth. You guys know that I want your thoughts, so go ahead and drop those in the comments right now. Hit the like on the video, please. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But overall, a good day. Like any time that you can beat someone in the postseason, especially the 2 seed in your regional, anytime you can beat them and run rule them in 5 innings, I think overall it's a very good day. And life can come at you fast when you're facing this OU offense. You know, you can feel like through 3 innings that you're kind of holding them at bay for the most part. And this offense is so explosive. They got so many big-time hitters, especially in the top of the order, that it can get away from you pretty quick. And the Cal Bears experienced that today as it was 5-2 going into the bottom of the 4th inning, and OU puts up a big number in the bottom of the 4th inning to not only win this thing, but to win it in run rule fashion. And I'll kind of start there because I was seeing some complaints via social media about the OU offense. I think they only had 4 hits heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. I think that was the numbers. 4 hits, 5 hits. I wanted to say it was 4. And I saw some frustration by some of you saying like, come on, let's go. Let's get the bats going a little bit. What's going on? Well, they heard you. If you were yelling about getting the bats going into the bottom of the 4th inning, they definitely heard you because that was the inning that, it's the inning that stands out the most today. Gabbie Garcia hits the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kasidi Pickering was just incredible today. She has the grand slam to get that to 11-2, and I don't know if it's the best game of her career because Kasidi Pickering has had so many great games already as just a true sophomore in an OU uniform. But she was 3 for 3 today with 2 home runs. One of those was a grand slam, and she had 6 RBIs on the day. Kasidi Pickering was absolutely fantastic without a doubt. She was the MVP of the day. And that's important because admittedly, I didn't really realize that she was in, if you even want to call it, a mini slump going into the Norman Regional. Like someone pointed out in one of the videos I did last week in the comments, like, hey, I need to get Kasidi Pickering going again. I'm like, going again? Like, I didn't realize that Pick had maybe been struggling over the last 4 or 5 games. And again, going into this regional, to her level and to her standard, that had been the case. She's back, man. And that's a really good player responding. You know, like maybe the 4 or 5 games or the SEC tournament, she didn't have her best week. She responded today with one of the best games of her career with the grand slam, the leadoff home run to start the game in the bottom of the 1st inning, and the 6 RBIs she had. So I definitely want to give Kasidi Pickering her time today on the video. She was awesome offensively this year, probably your offensive MVP throughout the course of the regular season, but you need the big bats to be there. You need Ella Parker to be there. You need Kasidi Pickering to be there, and other hitters, of course, as well, but Pickering she was absolutely fantastic today. Gabbie Garcia was good, 1 for 2. She had 3 RBIs on the day. Sydney Barker's just a star. I don't know what else you say about Sydney Barker at this point. Everything that you say about Gabbie Garcia, you could really apply to Sydney Barker. Mostly that they're stars, they're freshmen. It doesn't feel like they're freshmen. They got a chance to be just the next group of incredible, legendary players to get through this program. Gabbie Garcia's hitting towards the top of the order, and then you've got, Sid Barker hitting 3rd today? It's regional time. She's a true freshman. She's hitting 3rd today. She was 1 for 1 with an RBI and 2 walks. And to the frustration that I saw some of you have about the lack of base hits going into the bottom of the 4th inning, OU did draw a lot of walks today. They drew 7 walks and 3 batters got hits. So there were like 10 free passes that OU got today. So I'm not going to sit here today and complain about the offense. I'm definitely, and I'm going to guess you guys aren't going to do that as well after what happened in the bottom of the 4th inning. But that's a good day, man. Like Cal, it's a solid offensive team. Maybe they're not the greatest team in the circle, but you had a 5-inning run rule win against the 2 seed in your regional. You take it, and you're exactly where you want to be here on Saturday afternoon. You've got 2 games to win 1. I'd rather you just go win the first game tomorrow and make it easy on us and just go 3-0 on the weekend. But all in all, a very good day, especially from the offense. And, Redneck Peril, I believe, pointed this out in the video yesterday is, the bottom of the order was really good in last night's game against Boston. And maybe the top of your order wasn't as good as they've been and, frankly, wasn't as good as they need to be moving forward. The top of the order answered the call today. 11 RBIs from hitters 1 through 4 in the order. 11 RBIs from your first 4 hitters in the lineup. I'll take that. If I can get that for the rest of the postseason, I'll take it. And before we get to Sam Landry, before we get to Audrey Lowry, just kind of the pitching side of things, I did want to point this out. It's nothing new, but it just kind of struck me in a season where we're focused on winning another national championship this year and in the postseason, everything else. When they released the lineup before the game, I'm like, all right, Pickering leading off, true sophomore. Ella Parker hitting second, true sophomore. You've got Sydney Barker hitting third, true freshman. Gabbie Garcia hitting cleanup, true freshman. Nellie McEnroe-Marinas hitting fifth. She's a redshirt freshman. I don't have to tell you guys that OU's not going away. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. But it was just almost kind of like a pinch me moment during the game. Like so locked in, so focused on what happens today in this postseason run. It's like, golly, man. Their first 5 hitters, none of those players are true juniors, yet it feels like all of those players are veterans that have been around for like 4 years by now. So it's just exciting to think about the now, but it's really exciting to think about the immediate future for Oklahoma softball. And that's taking away the great recruiting class that they're bringing in once again. But just the young players that you have in your program, how good they are, how talented they are, how clutch they are, it's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun to watch. Pitching-wise, not Sam Landry's greatest performance of the season. Wasn't as sharp as the top 2 or 3 starts that she had, but she was good enough. 4 innings today for Sam Landry. She gets the win, 21st win, matches her jersey number on the year. 7 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, had a couple of walks, which I'm sure she's frustrated with. 4 strikeouts. She did hit a batter. 62 total pitches on the afternoon. So maybe a couple of more walks than we've been accustomed to seeing with Sam Landry. Didn't fall behind a ton of hitters, but did at times, and that's kind of when she got in trouble. Cal loaded the bases, I think, a couple of times during this game, one being in the top of the 3rd inning. But, not the sharpest version of herself. Clearly the 2nd consecutive day that she pitched, I don't think that was necessarily the issue there. I still got faith in Sam Landry that she's going to bounce back and be at her best when she needs to moving forward. But just take that as actually a big accomplishment today, is that you don't need Sam Landry to be at her absolute best to win every softball game this postseason. Now, the games are clearly going to go up in difficulty as you move on to the Supers and hopefully move on to the Women's College World Series. But Sam Landry, in terms of all the starts that she's had this year, that one was maybe middle of the road, maybe even towards the bottom of starts, and that's a compliment to her for how good she's been. And you still ruled a Cal team that's a 2 seed in a regional. So you didn't need her just to be absolutely incredible to win this game today. The offense did a lot of good things for you, and the defense did a lot of good things for you. I thought one of the biggest moments of the game, I think the biggest moment of the game is, kind of take your pick between Pickering's grand slam is probably it because it puts it in run rule territory. Gabbie Garcia's home run in the bottom of the 4th was big as well. I thought a very big moment in this game was actually in the top of the 4th inning, and the score's 5-2. Like, Cal's still very much in the softball game. Sam Landry gets 2 quick outs, but then a 2-out base hit, and then a 2-out walk, and then another 2-out base hit up the middle. Great play by Abby Dayton, by the way, to hold that runner at third base. And then the very next batter, you get a 5-4-3 double play, which is a fantastic play by Nellie, by the way, to get that double play started. I thought that was a very big moment. It's 5-2. Bases are loaded. Cal was a swing away from actually taking the lead, but they don't get any runs in that spot, and you let your defense work in that moment, and they come up with a very impressive double play. So tip of the cap to the defense. I thought that was a very nice play today. Ilana Agbayani, if you want to call her Augie, I guess that's kind of the fun nickname right now. She's just so good at, some of those slow hit balls. She has to come charge up and make a quick flip to first base. She's so good at that play. But no, defensively, no errors on the day, just a good defensive day, and I thought that double play was a very big moment in the game. Very big moment in the game. OU doesn't absolutely just crush it with base hits today. I mean, they really only had, 4 innings with that bats. They didn't hit in the bottom of the 5th inning, so consider that. 7 hits on the day, but again, you drew 7 walks and 3 hit by pitches today, which I think you take. But Sam Landry gets the win today, 62 total pitches. We'll see what happens tomorrow when you play either Omaha, Cal, or Boston University. Audrey Lowry coming in, though. Audrey Lowry came in, and she looked great, did she not? She comes in for an inning, 3 up, 3 down, nothing doing in the top of the 5th inning for Cal, and the game was over after that. I mean, there was no threatening to, get past the run rule and get it to the bottom of the 5th inning. Audrey Lowry looked in complete control and in complete command. And now that's 4 consecutive outings that Audrey Lowry has looked really, really good. So just keep that in mind. I think that she's your second best pitcher right now. I know that she didn't get the start yesterday. Maybe she gets the start tomorrow after just throwing, 14 or 19 pitches today. Maybe she gets the start. Maybe it's Sam Landry. We'll see. But that's 4 consecutive really good outings from Audrey Lowry, because the 2 outings before the 4 consecutive outings weren't good. I believe those were the 2 outings where she only got 1 combined out in those 2 spots. So to come in today, attack the strike zone, 19 pitches, 14 of those were strikes. I really like the confidence, and I really like what Audrey Lowry is doing. Now, it's in a relief role, and hopefully she can do that in a starting role. But if nothing else, if she's that type of reliever for OU this postseason, sign me up, man, because against 4 really good offenses, she's looked good 4 consecutive times. And that's got me very, very excited about the immediate future of Audrey Lowry in this postseason. I'll quickly go down the game log that I have. Top of the 1st inning, Cal got a leadoff double, but big for Sam Landry to get out of that one. Back-to-back strikeouts to get out of that 1st inning. Kasidi Pickering hits the home run in the bottom of the 1st inning. Cal comes back with a solo home run, 1-1 in the top of the 2nd inning off the foul pole. And then OU, for the 2nd consecutive day, has a very good 2nd inning, 4-run 2nd inning. Sid Sanders has a leadoff walk. Emmerling gets a walk. Dayton gets hit by the pitch. So you've got bases loaded with 1 out. Kasidi Pickering gets a base hit. Ella Parker gets a base hit. Sydney Barker gets a base hit. Gabbie Garcia gets hit by the pitch. None of those base hits were 2 RBI singles, but you just kind of kept the line moving. And I actually like that. A couple of those balls were hit so hard you didn't have a chance to score the runner from second base. So, yeah, you had Pitt getting the base hit, Ella Parker, Sydney Barker, Gabbie Garcia getting hit by the pitch. Then all of a sudden it's 5-1. You start to feel really good. Mentioned the double play to get out of the inning in the top of the 3rd inning. I thought that was big. Top of the 4th. You had the 5-4-3 double play. Sorry, I believe that was in the top of the 4th. Bases loaded in the top of the 3rd and the top of the 4th for Cal, and they didn't do the damage that they needed to stay in this game. Barker got the walk in the bottom of the 4th. Gabbie Garcia with the home run to make it 7-2. Then Nelly walked. Emmerling hit by pitch. Dayton single. Then Kasidi Pickering. If she ever left, I don't think that she did, but she's back with the grand slam to make it 11-2 in a big 6-run inning in the bottom of the 4th. So I feel good. I don't know who's going to start tomorrow. You've got 2 games to win 1, and I know Patty Gasso just wants to go out there and get a win in the first game and move on to the Super Regional. One thing to keep in mind about potentially bringing back Sam Landry after just 62 pitches today, could the weather on Saturday night or the weather even on Sunday afternoon affect game time? Could that affect game time on Sunday afternoon? Might we be playing more Sunday evening if the weather has an effect on things? Maybe it would give Sam Landry a few more hours to kind of rest up, but I'm not going to be shocked if Patty Gasso starts someone else in the circle and Sam Landry be in relief or she's ready to go in game 2 if you need her to start. I was surprised that Sam Landry started game 1 yesterday, so maybe Sam Landry just rolls out for the 3rd consecutive day. you get her 3 innings, 4th innings, and then you go to the bullpen. I don't know, but it feels like you've got options going into tomorrow, which is a really nice thing, because Cal's got to turn around and win a game, and then they have to beat you twice to even make it to the Super Regionals. You're in a very good spot. The second game, first game's important. That second game is really, really important. It's by far and away the best spot to be in this regional. Obviously, it goes without saying. But OU's in a very, very good spot to get to the Super Regional once again. And let's just see him come out with that same bottom of the 4th energy offensively, man. That's a really, really good offense, what we saw not only in the bottom of the 4th, but also in the bottom of the 2nd as well. Fun day, fun Saturday. Let's do it again tomorrow and talk about a Super Regional berth. As always, appreciate you guys. Drop those comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching.